The King of PlayStation is back on the PlayStation 4. It is lovely to see him. But we're going to talk about Crash Bandicoot N.Sane Trilogy, and I'm joined by Nick today. How are you doing?
I'm very well, Chris. Thank you. Didn't sleep right well last night, but other than that, I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Oh, well, let me try and make you happy by telling you how interesting and how fun Crash Bandicoot is.
Yes, talk to me about Crash.
Yeah, so obviously it's over 20 years since he first made his debut on the PlayStation, and many consider him as to be the mascot, which is kind of true because he kickstarted a lot of great games on the PlayStation with the Crash franchise. The game is exactly how you remember it. It's very true to the original. It's great fun. You know, everything it seems to have been replicated, but with a lot of attention and a lot of kind of love, because there are. I mean, I went back and watched kind of YouTube videos of like playthroughs from the original, and it's amazing how accurate it is and how much they have stuck to the original. Like, boxes are all in the same places, the same kind of. The masks are all in the same places. The enemies all move the same and are located in the same place.
Yeah. Is it just a reskin then, Chris? Is that what you're saying? It's just been prettified.
I think it's more than that, because it is a complete remaster. Like, everything looks a million times better, and you know, every model's been rescaled and redone. There's a lot more dialogue work. The animation is just stunning in it. It's kind of, it is the same game. Like, there's I didn't even notice any kind of differences. But I mean, it's kind of bringing the Crash franchise back to the, you know, the kind of people that haven't played it and stuff. I think, and I think if you did love it when you were growing up, you're not going to have any issues here. You know, Vicarious Visions have done a fantastic job. Like, the sound design's excellent, the visuals are excellent, and it is just great fun. And you forget how different it is. Like, I mean, the first game is ridiculously difficult, and that's one thing I kind of noticed, which I'd forgotten about. Like, it's insanely difficult. That like, as you get further on, there's levels where you just like. I rage quit a few times. I don't normally do that. It really kind of pushes you. And
you need like preternatural skills to time your jumps.
Do. Yeah, you do. Especially because I mean so it didn't bother me too much because there's not many levels that have the issue where. But you know, like the as we were saying about the boulder levels, and there's like where you can't see what's in front of you. Yes. Those are difficult, but it's not necessarily those levels that are the toughest. It's when you can see what's in front of you, and there's just a lot going on. And they're well designed levels, don't get me wrong, but I mean, as you go to like Cortex Strikes Back and Warped, they're not nowhere near as difficult, but they're challenging, but they're kind of very different levels where you've got, you know, think where you'll ride like a jet ski thing in the water, and you'll ride a little baby T-Rex, you know, in 3, and it's just a great. It's just so much fun to kind of play, and it's not like other PlayStation games that have been put on the PlayStation 4 recently, like Parappa. It's a complete redo, and it's quite clear that they wanted to make the same game but completely change it visually and sound-wise.
Who do you think this game is for then, Chris? Do you think it's for, you know, folk like you and I who grew up with Crash and perhaps want to revisit it with some pretty graphics? Or do you think that it's been made for a new generation of people to kind of get into Crash?
I think it's been made for both in a way. I think it could quite easily appeal to anybody that has never played it before, because it is. You forget how good the mechanics are, and it's very simple. Like, you know, all you need to do is spin or jump. That's literally all you do, unless it's a level where you're on a hog or a in going scuba diving or anything. It's very straightforward, and it's very kind of addictive to just go in and play it. And as I say, the level designs are that good that you can kind of come into it new and just really kind of get to grips with it, enjoy it. But then for the people that do have fond memories of it, it's kind of a love letter to them as well, because it's completely remade the game from the ground up, but kind of staying true to every level design and every enemy and stuff. I think because it's been so long, you've forgotten a lot of it. So it doesn't feel familiar or old. But as soon as you kind of start that first level and that music kicks in, it's like it's an amazing kind of thing because you forget how great it was.
Does it feel like an old school game while you're playing it? Does it feel like that, or does the improved visuals and stuff make it feel much more modern?
I think if as I say, if you never played it, you wouldn't know because it doesn't feel old. Like it was ahead of its time. You forget how much has gone into it, and I don't think it feels old at all. I think if you have played it before, you know what to expect, but it still kind of feels original and fresh in a way because of the kind of creativity involved in it. And you forget about like the little bonus levels in between where you jump on the question mark and you go like to that side scrolling bit, and it's just, and I think with a lot of the design for it makes it a lot better when you see the effort that's gone into like the backgrounds and what's going on outside of the kind of the one track that you run down. Like there's a hell of a lot of detail, and it's just it's a really well put together remaster, and it's a true remaster. It's not just updated graphics. They've completely remade it with these stunning visuals. The one like because obviously they're from the makers of Skylanders, so if you've played Skylanders, you're going to know the kind of the visual fidelity of them and how fantastic that is. So yeah, it's really good to have him back, and I just hope that it kind of does really well because you could quite easily make a fourth game now and it feel like a genuine successor to this N.Sane Trilogy because of the update in graphics and visuals and stuff.
What do you think the rationale is behind it? Because when I first heard it announced, it was a couple of years ago, wasn't it? One of the E3s they announced that they were doing the remaster, and I was kind of like, did people really want this? Do people really want a remaster of Crash? What do you think the end goal is? Is it just to kind of remaster these games that were beloved by you and I or people like you and I, just to kind of bring them back into the consciousness, or do you think there is a sort of overarching goal to perhaps launch some new, brand new games, but utilising the Crash character?
Well, I think it's I kind of when they announced it at E3, I was expecting just a sequel.
Right.
I thought we were going to see a brand new Crash game, but I think they're testing the waters a little bit. I think.
Yeah, it would make sense, wouldn't it? Just to kind of see whether this. I mean, what is he? What is Crash? He's a fox or something, isn't he? I can't. What is he?
The Bandicoots are.
Oh, of course, he is a Bandicoot. Yeah. Oh my God! You can tell I've not slept.
But he's. I think they could quite, because Vicarious Visions are a very talented dev. They've done a lot of good work on the Skylander series, and this is going to impress a lot of people. And I think if enough people play it and enough new people come to it, and there's that want for a fourth, then I can quite easily see it. They might go down the route of getting the Crash Team Racing, and they might have a go at that.
Yeah.
Which would be cool.
It would be cool because we've been bemoaning the lack of sort of fun arcadey type races.
Yeah. I think they could go down that route, but I reckon if the want's there and the people want to see another one, they could quite easily announce it. And you never know, it might be as soon as E3 next year.
So, like mechanically, it's very similar to the original game, so you still do the spin and the jump. How responsive are the controls? Does it feel like you're being cheated, or is it all really fluid? And
it's very fluid, very responsive. I'd like to go back and play the original just to see how it differs. But yeah, it's perfect. It's very responsive, and it's weird how a lot of the issues I had whilst playing it were falling off edges and mistiming jumpings because I'm not used to that kind of game anymore. It's very weird. Like there's platforms one in front of the other, and it's difficult. It's just a weird thing because you're not used to this kind of game because it is.
Well, it's like the endless
stuck in
runners
the
that
past.
you get on
Yes.
mobiles now. This was like the precursor to all of that, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, definitely. But it's cool, and they mention in the game that you can still use a directional pad to feel like you're playing it back in the 20 years ago, which
Back
is
in
a
the
nice
day.
little which is a nice little addition. But yeah, I definitely suggest giving it a go at some point. It's very fun. It's great to kind of revisit that world, and I do hope it leads to something else.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see something new with Crash, I think.
Yeah. So you never know. But you can read my review on GodIsAGeek.com. Thanks for joining me, Nick.
You're very welcome.
And thank you everyone for listening. Take care. Bye bye.